In this video, I'm going to break down the difference between growth marketing versus performance marketing, and I'm going to give you my insights as a digital marketer who's been in both roles. The digital marketing world is full of jargon like CPCs, CPMs, and CPRT, which I just made up, yet it sounds believable. Now, lucky for us, marketing jargon also spills into marketing job descriptions, so here we are literally needing to research something that should feel self-explanatory, yet it isn't. Now, for my data nerds, a quick Google Trends search for performance marketing and growth marketing reveals an interesting correlation suggesting that many people see them as the exact same thing, yet they are not. So let's make sure that you understand the fundamental differences between growth marketing and performance marketing. Imagine a world where every marketing campaign you launch leads to explosive growth and unparalleled success. That's the dream. Well, that's exactly what growth marketing and performance marketing aim to achieve, but how they do it differs. For simplicity, let's break it down into three areas to compare: approach, focus, and job function. In terms of approach, growth marketing has a long-term orientation where the goal is to drive sustainable growth, not just growth at all costs. So the aim here is to acquire customers, but profitably. Now, for this reason, growth marketers track KPIs such as CAC, customer acquisition costs, which are initial upfront costs, and CLTV, which is customer lifetime value, which helps marketers understand if the upfront cost is justified by the long-term performance. Performance marketing is similar to growth marketing in that it prioritizes measurable results. Now, the main distinction is that performance marketing is going to focus on immediate results, and it doesn't care as much as to that long-term customer value. One of the reasons for this is due to the reality that most growth marketing tends to happen in a startup or a growth stage company where customer retention metrics like CLTV data is readily available for analysis. Whereas performance marketing tends to be a function more commonly seen supporting mature large enterprises, which often tend to not provide visibility into the data to external partners and often struggle to share this information internally due to business silos and other complexities of these larger companies. Now, one last critical distinction between growth and performance marketing is that growth marketing tends to be a cross-discipline and cross-channel practice, meaning you might have oversight of paid media and organic marketing tactics, including running paid social, search campaigns, as well as overseeing retention channels like email automation, SMS, among other tactics. On the other hand, performance marketers tend to be highly specialized. You might find someone is solely a paid social marketer or solely a paid search marketer or SEO, so on and so forth. Now, I started my career as a performance marketer working at an advertising agency called Zimmerman Advertising in my hometown of South Florida. And I left there to work in-house for an edtech startup called Open English. And that is where I began my transition into a growth marketer. And at Open English, I had access to business intelligence teams as well as access to all the customer data, which enabled us to ongoingly test and learn while focusing on that long-term profitability of our acquisition programs. Now, in contrast, in my overall ad agency experience, which mostly served established enterprise brands like a Capital One, a Cartier, or Whole Foods, for example, we typically had very limited access to sales data. So these larger brands, generally, they tend to be very protective of their data for many reasons, meaning that we would have to focus on just driving as much customers for the lowest cost as possible, but didn't always have the full picture to understand what happened after a customer made that initial purchase or signed up for a service. Thus, we were unsure of the true value of customers, meaning we could have been potentially driving unprofitable programs, but completely unaware of it.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Now, my last thought on this is that there's no such thing as the right approach when evaluating growth versus performance marketing. The reality is that it's just going to depend on the goals of your business and the ability for you to share data with your marketing teams. Now, if you're looking for that long-term sustainable growth and your organization easily has access to this data around customer lifetime value, then growth marketing is the approach to go. However, if you need immediate results with a clear ROI, and you're going to struggle to track that LTV data, then performance marketing might be the right approach for your business. Hey, thanks for watching. And if you're a media buyer looking to up your game, make sure to download my free Facebook ads D2C cheat sheet. It's packed with account structure best practices, the top tests that I run when I'm taking on a new client, and some insider information to help you drive better performance. The The link is in the description. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.